Hello everybody and welcome to Nathan on Shuffle and to my latest episode of New Music Weekly. This is the show where I give you guys the latest prog news, introduce you guys to some new prog singles, and give you updates on what's happening on the channel here at Nathan on Shuffle. It's May 16th, 2025, and this is a little bit of a makeup episode. I didn't do one last weekend, so here I am trying to capture a couple weeks worth of news here. Some really cool releases have been coming out. Not a whole ton of news, honestly, but there's enough cool smattering of things that I think you guys will be interested. And I'm just happy to be here to talk to you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great time out there. And let's dive in. So first of all, some of the new releases that have come out, mostly from last week and this week. From last week, on May 9th, we had the release of Haken's live album, Live Forms, An Evening with Haken. Really excellent live album in multiple versions. There's a vinyl version, which I think just contains the fauna side of the set, but then there's a 2 or 3 CD and Blu-ray version, which is the one I have received and I hope to talk about on the channel at some point in the future. Lars Fredrik Freusli released Gamle Meister last weekend. I did a review of it. A fantastic album by the wobbler keyboardist extraordinaire. Just wonderful Norwegian prog that is excellent, that I strongly recommend to all fans of progressive rock. We also had Eden's Song release their new album, Our Road to Rust, which I'm going to be doing a review of soon, even as soon as possibly tomorrow. Sleep Token released their album Even in Arcadia, which is kind of a metal act that infuses a lot of different genres into their makes. Some R&B, some jazz leanings, things like that. Not really my favorite kind of thing, but it's been getting a lot of buzz and attention. Similar to the Ghost record that actually topped the charts recently, was the top Billboard 200 album. So I like to make note of some of these really notable rock and metal related releases. This weekend we've got the new Magic Pie record called Maestro, which I did a review of last week as well. So check out those reviews, some really great prog, and there's some good stuff coming out in the near future, which gets us into our first item on the prog news list. Steve Hackett announces The Lamb Stands Up live at the Royal Albert Hall, double live album. So Steve Hackett is super prolific in the live scene. It seems like he's been touring nonstop for several years, and he's released a new live album probably yearly at this point. He releases a new live album very often, so there's many to his name. This new one is featuring selections from The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, as well as, of course, stuff from his solo career and other parts of classic Genesis material. It's releasing through Inside Out Music on July 11th, and it captures his live band, who are all fantastic. I saw them on the cruise performing quite a few of these tracks on their performance there, so definitely sounds pristine, and I'm sure this new live album will sound excellent. It features Roger King on keyboards, Jonas Reingold on bass, Craig Blundell on drums, Nad Sylvan on vocals, and Rob Townsend on saxophone, flute, and percussion. Kind of a all-star act of great modern prog musicians playing at London's prestigious Royal Albert Hall. This was a performance from October 2024, celebrating the 50th anniversary of The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. So they were also joined by an array of special guests like Ray Wilson, Steve Rothery, Amanda Lehman, and John Hackett as well. So a big event and captured fantastically in a live setting. So there's going to be a 2 CD Blu-ray digipack, which includes a 5.1 surround mix and bonus interview content. The vinyl is a 4 LP 180 gram box set, including a 12-page LP size booklet featuring photos from the evening. So it's a big deluxe package, a lot of material to dive into if you're a big Steve Hackett and or Genesis fan, and so that's a great release to look forward to. Next, I wanted to mention news about Robert Fripp. He has discussed recently that he had a heart attack and that he's now recovering. Sounds like he's doing well and having a full recovery here, but it was kind of a surprise that he did have some chest pains. He thought it was acid reflux, and so he went to, I believe he was doing an event in Italy, and on his way there, He just wasn't feeling well and then got taken to the hospital and admitted to intensive care before undergoing 2 bouts of emergency surgery for this heart attack. So kind of a little bit of a health scare. I believe Robert Fripp, maybe even today, just turned, I want to say 79 years old. So happy birthday to Robert Fripp, and he's saying that he feels better than ever and that there's a lot of life left in him for the future. I believe I've heard recent reports that he was not feeling so well. He was on Cruise to the Edge, and he wasn't feeling so well then either. So, but glad that he got the care that he needed and is happy and healthy moving forward. But just wanted to report on that because he's such a notable figure in the prog scene. Next on the news list, we've got Bioscope. This is a new group, a collaboration, so to speak, from 2 pretty big luminaries in the prog space. We've got Marillion guitarist Steve Rothery and Tangerine Dream's Thorsten Quaeschning. This is their first new music, and it's a new release that's coming out soon. Gento, I believe the name is of the album, and it's releasing in August 22nd. And they released a single called Kaleidoscope that gives you an idea of what to expect. Very cinematic, very, it's instrumental music, but it's beautifully rendered, and it's a great track. So that'll be on my prog singles list, which I'll mention again a little bit later in the show. So really fantastic project, 2 luminaries in the prog space, like I mentioned, and should be a cool album that showcases some of their talent here. It's going to be available as a CD plus Blu-ray digipack, including the full album in high-res Dolby Atmos and Dolby 5.1 surround, and also a heavyweight black gatefold 2LP vinyl release as well, and digital audio. So if you're interested, if you're a Marillion fan, Steve Rothery fan, or a Tangerine Dream fan, this is going to be a mesmerizing journey through a cinematic landscape of sounds and textures. And each of the 5 tracks take their inspiration from men's enduring fascination with the moving image. So if that interests you, check out the track that I've linked that's on my playlist that I have linked of my YouTube singles that I think you guys will enjoy. And also Nightwish offshoot Auri are returning with a 3rd album in August. This is a prog folk offshoot from the symphonic metal supergroup of Nightwish. This is featuring Troy Donnickley and Thomas Holopinen and his wife Johanna. So this is their 3rd album titled 3 Candles and Beginnings, coming out through Nuclear Blast on August 15th. They have a single out as well that you can enjoy on the singles list. It's called Shield Maiden. Just really beautiful, folky kind of lighter sounds, more atmospheric, but really pretty and well done with great female vocals. Their album is going to be available as a 2LP gold 16-page booklet, 2LP green, white, dark green splatter package with a 16-page booklet, and a limited edition CD earbook with a 36-page booklet, and CD jewel case with a 20-page booklet. So a lot of different formats for this one. And they're also announcing their first ever tour that the band will be performing through Europe during August, September, and October, including dates in London, Manchester, and Edinburgh. So should be a really cool release if you're into Nightwish, if you're into the more acoustic, kind of lighter folk side of the equation. I think that should be a really good release. And once again, check out their single on my YouTube playlist below. So that should be great. And then finally, my last piece of news is just some new singles coming out in the prog space that'll be on that before mentioned prog singles list that I've linked. A to Z has a track called I Am Numb. This is the band that features Ray Alder and Mark Zonder, and it's more of just a kind of cool hard rock album that they're putting together here, so definitely worth your time if you like the more harder edge, just hard rock classic stuff. This should be great. Their new album is going to be coming out on June 6th via Metal Blade Records. And we also have Katatonia's new track, Temporal, is on my list as well. Swedish Masters of Melancholic Metal. Their new album is going to be called Nightmares as Extensions of the Waking State, coming out June 6th. So this is another track that balances fragility and strength, a soaring, emotionally charged chorus, beautiful lyric video linked below, so that should be one to check out. And Akrust released a track of The Trauma from their upcoming second album, Waving at the Sky, coming out June 13th. A band that I really love that takes their cues from Opeth and Porcupine Tree and anything Steven Wilson, and puts their own stamp on their music, and are about to release a really great sophomore record, and this is one of the best tracks from it, so I would recommend checking it out. Also, Moonletters has a new track called Silver Dream from their upcoming new album This Dark Earth, which is coming out June 13th. A cool US-based symphonic metal outfit. I'll probably be covering their new album in a review in a few weeks' time. So some interesting singles that I want to point your attention towards. So that's what I have for you guys on the news front. Check out my playlist in the description that gives you a list of all these singles that I talk about on these shows that you can check out if you're looking for some new music to enjoy. On the channel itself, I've done some really cool reviews recently. I'll mention once again Lars Fredrik Freusli, Gamli Meister, that I've done a review of on the channel, Lux Terminus, and their album Cinder, more of a progressive metal, mostly instrumental outfit that focuses more on keyboards than guitar. Magic Pie's Maestro, which I think is excellent, and all of you that love the same kind of like cool symphonic prog that I do, kind of quirky but really rooted in that classic prog 70s sound, I think you'll find a lot to enjoy there. I did an episode with Jana where I talked a little bit about my anxiety and how I manage it as a YouTuber, which I thought was a really nice discussion. A lot of people have been very kind in the comments, so please check that out if that passed your if you didn't quite catch that one. It's a really cool one, and one I think that really explains where I'm coming from as a creator here, if you're interested. So, and I'm hoping to put out tomorrow a review of Eden's Song and their album Our Road to Dust, which has really been capturing my attention. I really love the album, and I'm excited to talk about it to you guys. And I'm thinking of starting a new segment on the channel, not too much different than what I've done before, but kind of a physical media highlight or a show and tell, some way that I can just show you guys some of the cool new stuff that I'm getting on physical media, on Blu-ray, on DVD, on CD, on vinyl. There's been several live Blu-rays that I've been wanting to check out and talk to you guys about, like the aforementioned Hackett Live Forms album. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about the new remastered version of Gentle Giants Playing the Fool, which I'm hoping to release a video about this week, as well as some stuff from Riverside and John Anderson and the Band Geeks, and a bunch of just cool new things that I've gotten recently that I want to showcase to you guys in some separate shorter videos. So that should be coming soon. I also have a couple whatever you want to call it, weekly shuffles in the makes that I hope to put out there. Song reactions with Jana that I did. We've filmed a couple, so they're definitely in existence, and they'll be coming out. I was hoping to put one out this past week, but it just didn't work out. We didn't have time to edit it and put it out there, but I think that you'll be seeing it in the upcoming week ahead, either Sunday or maybe midweek next week. There will be a song reaction with Jana, I promise you. So to a classic Pink Floyd track, I'll tease that. So it should be a lot of fun to be had on the channel. A lot of great releases. I'm sifting through like dozens and dozens of releases from this quarter and trying to pick out the hidden gems to talk to you guys about. I'm sure at the end of the quarter, somewhere like end of June, I'll be doing a big roundup of my favorite releases of this quarter, which is going to be fairly lengthy. There's a lot of albums to cover that I just haven't had the time to spotlight individually. So a lot of great stuff to look forward to. Let me know in the comments if you're enjoying the channel, if you have any suggestions for me and what I'm doing. It would all be very, very well received. I'd be grateful for any feedback and commentary. So thank you guys so much, and hopefully you guys are enjoying your weekend and enjoying the music out there. Let me know of any items I may have missed on the Prog news list or any new releases that you're excited about. I'd be very happy to know about it. So thank you guys, and just keep enjoying the music out there. Bye, everybody.